The Nepsis Capital Management Studios. This is AM 1280, The Patriot, WWTC, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Intelligent Radio.
With SRN News, I'm Jeremy House in Washington. Emergency crews have worked through the night to rescue Louisiana residents from flooded homes and stranded cars. Large swaths of the Baton Rouge area are underwater, and dozens of cars are stranded on Interstate 12. National Weather Service meteorologist Brian Hurley says record rainfall is drenching areas of the Gulf Coast.
We have a site at Watson, Louisiana, that measured, the last report we got was 31.39 inches, so an incredible amount of rainfall just in 3 or 4 days.
At least 3 deaths have been blamed on the flooding. Also on SRNews.com, a wildfire threatening homes in a Northern California lake community has more than doubled in size. The California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection says the flames have chewed through more than 2 square miles south of Lower Lake. Community volunteers have turned out to clean up the damage left by violent protests last night in a Milwaukee neighborhood. This is SRN News.
Everywhere you go, anywhere you go, AM 1280 The Patriot goes with you. That's because we're no longer trapped inside a radio. We're now everywhere you are, and you carry us around in your pocket. We're ubiquitous. On iTunes, on iHeart, on our own app, on our website, on conservativeradio.com, on your iPad, iPhone, and Android. We're always with you because we're inside your pocket. Whatever you do, don't lose us. AM 1280 The Patriot. Intelligent radio.
You're listening to AM 1280 The Patriot Intelligent Radio. With the AM 1280 The Patriot Discount Deals Program, you can save 50% or more on great products and services in the Twin Cities. Visit am1280thepatriot.com and use the keyword DEALS to start saving today. Now, a quick look at your weather from the Blue Ox Heating and Air Weather Center. Today, mostly sunny with a high near 82, mostly clear and a low of 64 overnight. Monday also looks great, mostly sunny and a high near 83. Stay tuned, AM 1280 The Patriot.
AM 1280 The Patriot.
Giving your computer problems the boot. Arby's Computer Service.
Hi, I'm Randy with Arby's Computer Service. What do you do when you see your computer or server start acting strange and wonder if it might have just been hacked? You just restart it and hope all is well? Many do, and that is where you're playing with fire. Imagine all of your data in the hands of someone who is not concerned about what happens to you or your company after they sell your information on the black market. If someone is not watching over your equipment like we do for many others, you are gambling with all of that data. They can even encrypt your computer and hold it hostage until you pay a ransom to get it back, or worse yet, steal your personal identity. Arby's Computer Service has solutions for you. All you need to do is call us. Do that now before you forget. Our number is 763-441-3884, or find us on the web at rbsmn.com. And remember to use us for all of your tablet and smartphone repairs too. Once more, 763-441-3884.
Giving your computer problems the boot. Arby's Computer Service.
Pro-life across America, the Billboard people. My mom and I looked at my scrapbook today. I was 21 inches long when I was born. You were that small? Yep, and I only weighed 7 pounds. My parents thought I would be a girl, but I surprised them. Well, my mom said my heart was beating before I was born. It was? Yep, 18 days from conception.
Hello, my name is Marianne Koharski. I'm the director of Pro-Life Across America, the Billboard people. If you know someone who is pregnant and in need of confidential counseling or information, please call Pro-Life Across America at 1-800-366-7773 or visit our website at prolifeacrossamerica.org. Pro-Life Across America is totally educational, non-political, and tax-deductible.
A baby is a baby is a baby.
Pro-life across America, the Billboard people.
Hey, Premier's having a sale on a truckload of Arctic Spas.
A truckload, eh? Don't they usually wait for the fair to get those great deals?
Yeah, but if you gotta pay to be at the fair, who do you think pays for that?
Oh, I get it. The real sale is better than having those inflated prices at the fair, right?
Exactly. So Premier has all the in-stock models and an entire truckload of new spas on sale right now.
Hey, do some of them have the new Spa Boy that makes that chlorine so I don't even have to worry about any of that stuff?
Yeah, Spa Boy is really cool. In fact, they're the only one in the world, so of course they brought some in for the sale, eh?
So they'll have the Spa Boy on sale right now, part of that truckload, eh?
Yeah, Arctic Spas and the all-weather pool, you know.
Hey, that's a swim spa. Arctic style, eh?
That's right, eh? Visit them today for their big truckload sale at Premier Pool and Spa in Chanhassen. That's premierpools.com.
Premier Pool and Spa. Hey, we take fun seriously, eh?
Take off.
Gather round. It's time for your Real Estate Chalk Talk with the Hittner Group at Coldwell Banker Burnett. Listen closely as your coaches discuss the culture, the economy, and the political scene, and how it affects your home and your real estate investments. Real Estate Chalk Talk is where you learn the science of buying and selling real estate and the art of living in your home. Your education begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome to the program. I'm Keith Hittner Sr. here in the studio with Keith Hittner Jr. and the money man, Kelvin Kaemingk from American Mortgage and Equity Consultants. You can reach Kelvin directly at 651-231-2500, 651-231-2500. RealEstateChalkTalk.com is where you want to go to find vendor contact information to help you fix up your home and get it ready for sale. At 612-627-8000, that's the number to call if you need our help. Remember, we can't help you if you don't call. Call today, 612-627-8000. Say, you ever get stuck grilling out in the backyard and everyone else is having a good time and you're stuck at the grill flipping burgers or doing whatever you're doing, burning the food? August is half over and State Fair is coming up. So don't miss out on any backyard barbecue conversation. Just get the Rack Shack to deliver it right to the door so you don't miss a minute of friends, family, and fun time. Just go to the website, rackshackbarbecue.com. Click on the delivery link at the top of the page. Choose the location that's close to you and order your barbecue feast. If you're on the way home and want to pick it up, no waiting in line. Click on the pickup link and order and pay online, and the crew will have your feast ready for pickup when you get there. Rack Shack Barbecue is America's food, and it is the right thing to do. And this week we have drone photography. We're going to talk about drones again. I love this conversation. I like hearing what's going on. And it's becoming more and more, I guess, commonplace. It would be the word I would use, and that's drone photography. Taking those aerial shots. So Christina Martinez is in the studio, and she's going to be giving us an update on what's going on in that neck of the woods with that photography. I can never say this. Is it Cencup? Cencup. Jackie is here with Cencup, and we're going to chat about what Cencup is and how people can connect through the Cencup system at Cencup.com.
Is it Cencup?
We're going
Give me
with
a
that.
nod.
Cencup.
Cencup
it is. And then the second hour, we're going to have always drains with Justin Moe on. We're going to be talking about some maintenance issues with your drains. I got some plumbing drain issues that came up on this.
You do have
this
some
week.
plumbing issues. This guy.
Yeah.
Plumbing issues.
You want to hear about plumbing issues? Listen to my wife. I'll tell you, that's a whole nother story. So, Kelvin,
we are recording this. She will see this. This is on
horrible.
air and on YouTube. So
okay, Kelvin.
Memorialized.
Well,
Good
earlier
job.
this week, I was at the Lenders One conference down in L.A., so we'll talk a little bit about that. Listen to Betsy Duke, who is part of the Federal Reserve Board and also the chief economist for the Mortgage Bankers Association. Talk about millennial buyers, and we will talk about boomerang buyers coming back into the market.
Finally. We've been talking about boomerang buyers for a couple weeks now. We've been so busy. So that'll be fun to spend some time on that conversation. And I'll have some equally as interesting statistical information for us on the real estate market. Actually, some kind of interesting stuff to wrap up the end of July on just kind of flip-flop on inventory, where that's going and where sales are. So things have kind of changed a little bit in that respect. Hope that they would shoot up, but it's an odd time of year for listings to be increasing, which they are over last year. So we'll talk a little bit about that and some secret sales. We have new listings coming on the market. I'd like to be able to do some preliminary promotion on those as well. So you guys will hear about some stuff that's not on the MLS, that's not on those consumer websites out there, which can be very frustrating as a buyer right now to try to click around online and look for properties. So we'll chat about that.
Kelly, any questions that come in over the week?
I got a question for you. So we're at we're listening to the gal that's part of the Federal Reserve Board, and one of the moderators said, "Okay, we're in the political season," and said, "Is it as bad? Is it as good as candidates are saying?" So Hillary says, "Hey, we're in good shape. Things are going good." Trump says it's the end of the world, and she basically went through her commentary on the fact that it's not as bad as Trump says, and it's not nearly as good as what Obama puts out and Hillary's putting out. And it's really kind of in the middle. She talked a lot about the slowest recession, the growth recovery after recession ever in the history of a recovery.
Right.
Went through some of the policy stuff there, but it was pretty interesting. So, you got to you listen to both sides, and there's rhetoric on both sides.
Sure, you obviously take it with a grain of salt.
But she said, the Federal Reserve isn't dictated by who's in office. We're trying to make smart monetary policy, and went through that. So how do you think things are going thus far? She talked a lot about the self-inflicted wounds that Trump gives himself, and then Hillary, just nobody likes her, but now it's the better alternative to Trump. Is what people are starting to think, because they just see him constantly shooting himself in the foot.
I think that's the biggest. Trump loses. This is his race to lose. Mm-hmm. So if he loses, it's because he lost it. It isn't because of anything else. He has such a movement, such a following behind him. If he can just stay on task and stay from his notes and talk from his notes and do that for the next 6 weeks, I think you'll see a huge swing in the poll numbers and whatnot. It's just this constant. The trouble that I think in that is that he continues to do what's two-edged. First of all, he does these huge rallies.
Yeah.
All the media is there, looking for something, because the media is so far left that they're basically part of the Hillary campaign. So they're looking for something that they can clip out of a speech or a chat, and even if he's making light of something or whatnot, and then they can talk about it for the next week. The other thing that he does that Hillary does not do is give interviews. Right. And so when you're giving an interview and it's a non-scripted interview answering questions, you're vulnerable if you're not really adept at it, which he is. I mean, he's been giving interviews for 30 years, but he's never it's different because he's never had to worry about parsing his words or anything like that, because it didn't matter.
Right.
Where now it matters. So it's those kinds of things.
He sure
that
does make it easy to find stuff, though.
Yeah, well, he does. And
when you say Second Amendment,
but that's
maybe they'll take care of it themselves.
But that's part of his charm too. Is that
really?
people? Yes, because people are sick and tired of the scripted, focus grouped answers to all these questions. That when the question is answered, they really haven't answered the question at all. They've just kind of doled out this pablum of don't offend anybody talking point, but they never really answer the question. And obviously, once they're in office, they never really accomplish anything. So I think that's the difference there. If he can get past that, and I do still believe, and I still will bet you a steak dinner on it.
We have a steak dinner bet on it.
Is that the day after Election Day, Trump will be the president, and there will be a mountain of media dissecting the race for the next 6 months on what the heck happened.
Good.
How could they miss it?
You heard it here. Steak dinner.
Steak dinner.
We switch gears a little bit?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We talk a little real estate in the first segment. That'd be great. You mentioned Boomerang Buyers.
Yep.
What is a Boomerang Buyer? And let's talk about them for the next couple of minutes before the end of the segment here.
Yeah, Boomerang Buyers are those people that had a foreclosure or short sale, and now that time for them to be back in the market has come.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you look at the time periods on that, usually on conventional loans it's about 7 years on a foreclosure, but FHA you can get in after 3 years, VA after 2 years. So if somebody is a veteran, after 2 years of a short sale or foreclosure, they can be back purchasing homes. So these buyers are now coming back into the market. And, there's a lot of people on the sidelines yet that don't realize they can get back in now.
Yeah. Speaking of veterans, a lot of times right now that I see people that are in short sale or are in foreclosure are the veterans, because they have a stay during the time that they're overseas where they don't foreclose on that property.
Right.
So I'd say more times than not right now, the people that are still hanging on to their houses that are not making payments and upside down, I've seen them to be veterans in tough situations where the husband or the wife is overseas and one is staying back here. So they've been kind of delayed. If they bite the bullet and get rid of the property and then ultimately come back into the market, it's not as long, which is cool. I've had people on searches in the MLS since we did their short sale. they were in financial hardship at the time, whether it be divorce or job loss or a medical issue, and we set them up on a search for their next property, and now we've just been waiting and seeing the market increase over time. What's great is that rates have come down too over that time, so it makes a great environment right now. If you did have a short sale or a foreclosure in the past, to revisit that and take a look and see when exactly you're going to qualify and what you're going to qualify for based on your income, and what we need to do to improve your credit to get you back in the game. Right. And right now, that's a lot of people coming back in the market from that time frame.
Yeah, in fact, for a VA, if they have extenuating circumstances, it's 1 year that you can get away with. So it's really it's good for them to have the conversation.
Yeah, Boomerang Buyers, if you had a short sale or foreclosure in the past, give us a call, 612-627-8008, and that's 612-627-8008. 8,000. We can get you back into the market and take a look at your credit and see what we can do to help you get back in the game of owning your own property. Again, that number is 612-627-8000. We're going to head out to break here. Please log on to realestatechalktalk.com. That's realestatechalktalk.com. There you can search for properties, check your home value, and look at all our vendor contacts at realestatechalktalk.com. And we will be right back.
Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue, yeah.
AM 1280, The Patriot.
Coldwell Banker Burnett serves home buyers and sellers in Minnesota and western Wisconsin. Our professional sales associates provide a full-service, one-stop shopping real estate experience. And we've got the latest technology to market your home or assist with your home search. Visit cbburnett.com online or on your web-enabled cell phone. Coldwell Banker apps are also available for your iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Wherever you go, we've got the home search tools you need. Go to cbburnett.com.
Today's stringent lending guidelines are challenging enough, so when you're finally ready to close, call Burnett Title to get the job done right. Since 1981, Burnett Title has been an industry leader providing title insurance and closing services for residential, new construction, and commercial transactions. With 19 closing locations, Burnett Title can expedite your closing, whether it's in the Twin Cities, Rochester, St. Cloud, or western Wisconsin. For information, call 952-844-6200 or go to BurnettTitle.com. 952-844-6200.
Can you understand what the boss is saying?
No, not at all. It's all muffled. Sounds like the mic isn't working or something.
Yeah, I know. All I hear is wah, wah, wah. And I figure it's important because this meeting has been planned for weeks. I can't even see what's in the projector. What is he pointing at?
I don't know. It's really grainy. It's like my first TV from college.
Yeah, well, only another 30 minutes until we can escape for lunch. I got some paper. Want to play tic-tac-toe or something?
Yeah, X, center square.
Hi, I'm Mark, president of WNAV Audiovisual. WNAV assists with over 400 Twin Cities events annually with top-of-the-line technology for corporate meetings since 1983. At WNAV Audiovisual, we know how important your meetings are, which is why you can put it in the hands of our top technicians. Whether it's an installation project or an employee meeting, don't let technology components ruin what should be a productive, engaging gathering. WNAV Audiovisual, where your meeting is our business. Online at wnav-video.com.
Congratulations! You finally found your dream home. They've accepted your offer. And now, you need a closing company that can bring it all home. What you need is Global Closing and Title Services. Global Closing and Title is licensed for residential and commercial transactions here in Minnesota and Wisconsin and can close anytime, anywhere at your convenience.
Call Global Closing and Title at 952-895-8400. That's 952-895-8400. Or go to gcstitle.com.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm the football your buddy fired through your windshield. The cooler that tumbled out of a pickup and onto the hood of your car. If you're a football fan, eventually we're gonna meet. So get Allstate, where agents help keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Are you in good hands?
Start protecting yourself from mayhem today. Call Allstate Agent Brady at 952-905-2735. Coverage subject to terms, qualifications, and availability. Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
And now, we return to the purveyors of real estate knowledge. Your Real Estate Chalk Talk.
Hey, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is Real Estate Chalk Talk. We're broadcasting from the Rack Shack Barbecue Studio. I'm Keith Hittner Sr. here in the studio with Keith Hittner Jr., and you can reach us directly at 612-627-8000. Kelvin Kaemingk is here to bring us up to date on the money market, 651-231-2500. It's the direct number to call Kelvin. Get that low rate. Are you planning a lunch meeting or a company picnic? Give them some really great food. Give them a Rack Shack barbecue. Call them today, 612-326-0430. Get your meeting meal ordered and feed your staff mouth-watering smoked meats, signature sides and sauces, all at a very low cost per serving. Good for the bottom line and good for the crew, and it's so easy. Just call Elliot. Call him at 612-326-0430. He can take care of all the details for you and keep it well within your budget. Okie dokie. Let's talk with Christina. We're going to talk about aerial photography, drone photography. It's if I had another hobby other than a restaurant, that's what it would be photography. I love photography. I got a question for you, though. First of all, before I get rolling, tell us a little bit about your business for those who haven't heard you on the program before and how you got started, and give us some background about why you got into this business.
Why you do what you do.
Why do you do what you do?
I do it exactly for what you said. If you could make your hobby your job, that's going to be your dream job. So
Right.
Hobby job, and it's a lot of fun. So I was a pilot. I got my license in high school. I have a twin sister, and we would take turns flying. One would sit in the back seat, one would fly. We'd walk to the airport, and we paid for our flight lessons by working at the restaurant in the airport. So did that in high school. We both went to college.
Which airport was that?
It was in Chicago.
In Chicago?
In Schaumburg Airport for
Really?
Chicago people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So we went to college. I went the commercial aviation route, and she went the Air Force route. And we both got some great experience there. Spent the last 10 years in corporate finance. And
that's boring.
It's boring. So I watched my husband's a Delta pilot, and I said, you know what? He's got the best view in the country. Time for me to get myself outside. I had another little girl, little baby who was 6 months old, and she was super colicky as a baby, and wanted to kind of be home a little bit more and start my own business. So got back in the drone world, and with the new FAA regulations, we were able to kind of make a really great business out of it. And now my business pays for my hobby.
That's wonderful. So let's talk through that regulation part of it. Then is like I had a drone for about a week before it flew away. But I wasn't supposed to be doing what I was planning to do with it. I never actually got it implemented because it flew away on me first. But tell us about that.
Right. There's a bit of misconception on who can and can't fly drones and for what purposes. So anyone can fly a drone for fun. Go in your backyard, fly with your kids, take pictures of your house. You're just doing it for fun, for your own personal pleasure. If you want to do it for a business or use it for your business, then you do need a commercial license. So the FAA announced back in June some new requirements, and it allows for the past year and a half to be a commercial drone pilot, you had to have a pilot's license, which was a little bit of overkill. But the FAA, which is the governing body, the government that takes care of the laws for the drones, they didn't know what to do once these came up so quickly. Think about how quickly cell phones went from that big, huge brick to the little iPhone we have now.
Right.
Well, drones advanced like 10 times faster than that. So they couldn't keep up with the regulations. So they said, okay, well, you have to be a private pilot in order to fly a drone. Well, now the FAA has come up with their own rules, and anyone can get what they call a remote pilot certificate. So anyone can get a license now, starting this month at the end of August. Really? So if you're a real estate agent and you want to take your own drone photography pictures, you need to get one of these licenses. Even if you're not paying yourself because it's used for commercial purposes, you do have to have a license.
And then and whatever is involved in that. I mean, is there some testing involved, or?
There is some testing. So to get a remote pilot license, you do have to take a test that the FAA has created. The great thing is these tests are available to study online. All the information is out there and a lot of the test questions. The difficult thing is think about when you were in high school or college. You learned a lot easier when someone taught you the material rather than just reading the material.
Right.
So you can get that online, or you can go to classes. There are a lot of either online or in-person classes around the Twin Cities. I actually contract for one. I teach a ground school 1 or 2 days a month, and it will help you prepare for the test. The FAA says that you need about 20 hours of study time in order to pass this test. It's an hour and a half test, 2.5 hour test. and it's at a testing facility. So it's not something that you just show up for the day after you get the materials. You do have to put quite a bit of effort.
Is there any flight?
There's no flight requirements. Okay. It's just this. They call it a written test, but
Okay.
it's an electronic computer test.
So you are in the business of actually performing the work and flying the drones and taking the pictures. And I'm a believer in that you should do what you're good at, and that way you can focus on one task. You can't be a jack of all trades and master of none. So
hire my accountant and attorney and drone photographer.
Right, exactly at the same time. So tell us, first of all, if someone who is listening, and we have a lot of real estate agents that listen to the program, how can they get a hold of you? What's the best way to reach you to have some work done?
Sure. Our website is paapdrones.com, and email address is hello@paapdrones.com, or you can give us a phone call, 612-470-4333. That's 612-470-4333. And we are all licensed pilots, so we qualify for the current regulations, and then since I teach the ground school, we will all be ready August 29th when the new regulations come out. So you want to look for someone who has quality equipment, they have insurance, and they've got a little bit of experience. We've been open for about a year and a half. We're one of the first in the state to get licensed under the current regulations, so we have quite a bit of experience. We can get the right shot even if you have those beautiful, huge trees in front of your house.
Tell us a little bit about your normal setup when you come in. Well, first of all, I want to talk about the cameras and the quality of the photography, if you can for a second. When we go in to take pictures of a house on the interior of a home, I mean, I have $5,000 worth of camera equipment in my bag when I walk in that house, and I know it's high quality equipment, great lighting, and all that. When you're outdoors, in a quadcopter, 500 feet in the air, 200 feet in the air, whatever it is, what kind of camera is on that drone?
We have cameras. So there are a couple different types of drones that you can buy. One of them, you just put your own camera on. So you see a lot of GoPros. In the past, the GoPros had that fisheye lens that didn't lend real well to aerial photography for real estate. But those have all kind of gone away, and we have really nice cameras on. We kind of the standard is a 12 megapixel 4K camera video setup. The DJI products that I fly, it's a company out of China. They have their own cameras that they've created. So I have a Phantom 3, which is I call it the workhorse of the industry. Pretty much everyone has a Phantom 3 or a Phantom 4. They take great pictures, great video, but the landing gear are in the way. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit harder to get some really good video or some great picture shots.
Oh, because when the wind kind of flips it a little bit, your gear gets in the way?
You can't rotate, I call it yaw, but you can't pan the camera to the left and to the right because the gear are going to be in the way. So we also fly an Inspire, which is kind of the next step up. You're talking that $4,000 or $5,000 camera. This is your $4,000 or $5,000 drone.
Right.
And you have someone who actually flies the drone, and then you have a partner who flies the camera.
And those are the ones that you see the movie studios using a lot of the times.
Yeah, you're getting more towards the amateur movies. Then there's another one called the S1000 who flies a larger camera that can kind of get more of the movie quality.
So it's you and one other person then?
Correct. So my husband and I fly together quite often. And he'll fly.
Those that fly together stay together, I'm told.
Those that drone together stay together, yeah. So he'll fly the drone, and I kind of am more on the creative side, and I'll fly the camera. And we communicate very well back and forth on which way he's going to fly, where I'm going to point the camera. We kind of have our setup and our storyboard done ahead of time to get the best shot for the realtor.
That's cool.
So what's your planning process then when you go out to a property to film it or to take still shots? What do you do most of, filming or still shots?
We do mostly still.
Really?
We're getting more into the video, and we actually have some specials going on for this month for those who are listening to the program here. But when we get our listing, we'll go ahead and find out where it is. If it's near an airport, there's some additional requirements we have to meet, some people we have to talk to. I'll look at if there's power lines or heliports in the area, infrastructure that we need to stay away from, and then we look at which way the house faces for the best shot, because we do have that sun that's going to be in your eyes, whether there's lakes or ponds nearby, what we want to showcase, and then we'll look at the trees in the area. So if in this beautiful summer we have our trees get nice big leafy branches on them, we need to find a way to get that great shot while including the natural coverage of the house. So we kind of look at all that and then decide what the best angles are and get those for the realtor and the homeowner.
Is there any like a rule of thumb that you have that from in terms of how high off the ground the drone should be to get that best angle or that best shot? I mean, are you 200 feet in the air or are you 50 feet in the air?
Sure, we do have a formula that we use, and it's basically, depending on how many stories the house is, we do a 20-foot, a 60-foot, and 80-foot shot, and that kind of gets you all the angles. We do every angle of the house, the front, left, center, and then we do an overhead shot, which kind of gives you that Google Earth picture, but with a little more resolution.
Sure.
And then if there's something off in the distance, let's say you're in South Minneapolis, you want to show the skyline, then we might be up higher at like 150 or 200 feet to show the skyline off in the distance.
Oh, cool. Right. You could say close to the lake.
Yes, close to the lake.
Closer
you can
when
see the city. So yeah, you can get a good 8-10 miles, good visibility day. So.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the communities. Oh, rats, we're out of time.
We're out of time for this segment. We'll go over just a little bit with you in the next segment. Thanks a lot. This is Real Estate Chalk Talk. Give us a call, 612-627-8000. We'll be right back.
Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue, yeah.
AM 1280, The Patriot.
The highly trained plumbing technicians of H2C Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing can do it all. 50 years of experience helping local homes and businesses with their plumbing needs and issues with water heaters, bathrooms, leaky faucets, and pipe repair. Providing free estimates and bringing back fair pricing to the Twin Cities. And providing 24/7 emergency service, H2C Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Visit myh2c.com.
When we made an offer on our dream home, it was contingent on a home inspection by Inspecta Homes. It was money well spent.
Since 1981, Inspecta Homes has helped buyers evaluate homes. They inspect everything from the grade and drainage to steps, decks, porches, and roof. Inside, they evaluate the windows, doors, and the mechanical systems, so you know you're making a wise choice. So be smart. Call Inspecta Homes for your home inspection, 651-641-0641, or go to inspectahomes.com.
This is Michael Medved for townhall.com. Research in the archives of sexual behavior brings surprising news. Younger millennials, those below age 26, engage in less sex than their counterparts among Gen Xers and baby boomers, with fewer partners and less frequent instances of intimacy. This is good news when it comes to fewer instances of sexually transmitted diseases, unwanted pregnancies, and abortions. But scientists say other aspects of the change aren't so encouraging. Young people today spend considerable time on social media, leaving less chance for face-to-face contact, let alone sexual relations. And a disturbingly high percentage of young people who avoid sex altogether substitute video games or pornography. The explicit online content in particular is leaving them handicapped when it comes to constructing future marriages or other lasting intimate connections with real people that nearly all Americans say they want and need. I'm Michael Medved.
Overwhelmed by your next move? Then take action and call Action Moving, your local Atlas Van Lines agent. With 27 years experience, Action Moving provides quality, reliable moves guaranteed. Get free estimates and competitive rates on local and interstate moves at 1-800-328-3803 or go to actionmoving.com. That's 1-800-328-3803 and mention you heard it on Hittner Real Estate's Chalk Talk Radio. Member of the Better Business Bureau.
Wow! TPM Flooring's private showroom is amazing. Wow! I've never seen a better selection of flooring. Wow! TPM Flooring gave me an on-the-spot estimate for my hardwood flooring. Wow! Their installers did a fantastic job. They vacuumed their way out the door. Wow! Put the wow into your next project with TPM Flooring of Burnsville. They supply and install carpet, vinyl, hardwood, and ceramic tile for your home or business. Wow! TPM Flooring. Online at tpmflooring.com.
And now, we return to the purveyors of real estate knowledge, your Real Estate Chalk Talk.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Keith Hittner Sr. with Keith Hittner Jr. and the money man, Kelvin Kaemingk from American Mortgage and Equity Consultants. You can reach Kelvin directly at 651-231-2500. We look forward to what Kelvin's got to say in the money segment. RealEstateChalkTalk.com is where you go to find vendor contact information to help you fix up your home and get it ready for sale. And 612-627-8000. That's the number to call if you want to reach Keith Areno or myself. We'll be glad to help you in any way that we can. No cost and absolutely no obligation. That is the bat phone. We were speaking last segment, and we ran out of time with Christina Martinez about drone photography. And I got a couple of questions for you, Christina. One is, sometimes, our in the real estate business, we have a neighborhood that we like to do a lot of business in, either because we like the neighborhood or we live there, or it's convenient for us it makes sense from a marketing standpoint.
Or there's a lot of sales.
Or there's a lot of sales in there, and we like the turnover. Do you do like neighborhood photography for promotion of a given neighborhood or a city? For example, someone worked in Brooklyn Center a lot, and they wanted to do a community kind of overview of that. Do you do that kind of work?
We do. We actually just completed one for the city of Victoria for a realtor who works out there and really showcased the city. She has a website that kind of brings in leads through that way. We've also done quite a few with voiceover for new developments or developments with only a few lots left that want to sell the lots. So we'll highlight the whole neighborhood, the parks nearby,
That's a great idea.
The location to the city, and then we'll do voiceover to kind of help that consumer kind of see the great parts of that area.
So you could actually do a drone overview of, like, say, Kelvin's business. You see him coming into the office in the morning, then hover above his office, and then at night you see him leaving the office. Well, actually, with Kelvin, it'd be about 10:30 when he goes to get his massage, and then from there he goes from there
nailed
to
it.
lunch.
Wow.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Yeah, we actually have done some marketing video, especially for like roofing companies, things like that. So yeah, we can stalk you around the city and showcase how your awesome life is. Yeah.
Talk about other uses for drone photography then, other than the real estate business per se, like buying and selling houses, but like inspections and those types of things. Have you been called in on those types of projects?
Right. Yeah, we're just starting up an inspection with another company, and we'll be doing roofing inspections for insurance claims. So that's a big thing coming up. We did some 3D mapping of some buildings, so we'll go out and take about maybe 200-300 pictures of a building. They can create a 3D image off of that.
Really?
Yeah, it's very
really
cool. We've done topography mapping for agents, real estate agents who are selling land, so that the buyer can see kind of the elevation changes in the land, things like that. So there are some really neat applications.
See, I would think it'd be a lot more video, but you're taking a lot of just still shots.
A lot of still shots, yeah, because people want to kind of be able to dissect. We get such great resolution with those pictures. They want to be able to dissect down to the pixels, the inches on there.
We have a large parcel of land that we've got for sale up north, and you guys went up and did a flyover of that parcel. A beautiful piece of land for about $700,000 with water all around, and there's no way, because it's basically raw land with a tear down building on it, there's no way that you can get a good visual of that property just by taking pictures from the ground. You just can't do it, and you can't appreciate the beauty of the property without being,
That's
and
right.
back in the day, you'd hire some pilot to go out and
exactly,
and fly low and
we
take
had
some aerial photographs.
We had a gal that used to work for us, Jennifer, and she got her pilot's license, and we actually had her flying around and taking shots, and they were not good because
they're going 60, 70 miles an hour.
I actually just looked
looked
at a picture, and this is just the advancement of this technology. I have a photograph of your home that I think you and my brother Joe went up in the plane
on his 13th birthday.
And took a picture of the property, and I have that photograph. I don't know if you have it or not, but I have a couple physical photographs of that, and again, physical photographs, which that's all we had to do at that time. Just the advancements in technology in our real estate business and just in general is just crazy to me. So this is cool stuff to be able to help promote listings and promote communities and promote cities that we just didn't have in a very short time ago. Why don't you give their website there?
Yeah, your website again is paaerialphotography.com, paaerialphotography.com. What's PA stand for?
Precision Approach.
Precision Approach, like a landing approach.
That's right.
There you go. Precision Approach, paaerialphotography.com. The phone number is 612-4704-333, 612-4704-333. Thanks a million.
Thank you.
I got an update for you.
I love updates.
Okay, so remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about appraisals.
Yes.
Low appraisals. All right. So we had a property that came in with low appraisal, and
I've been waiting to hear this.
And just as we
glad we're here.
Just as we remember, The appraiser was from outside of the area. It was a problem. I knew it was going to be a problem. I sent an email to the agent right away and said, this is going to be a problem because this guy clearly doesn't belong in this neck of the woods. But he was,
when the appraisal comes in, the response phone number is 507,
right,
or 715,
right,
or somewhere out of the area. It's a red flag.
No, it's a red flag. So it came in. Appraisal comes in low. So a
little bit low.
No, a lot low.
How far? What was the price?
$20,000 off.
Okay,
$20,000 off. And so we looked at the comps that he'd used. They weren't even the same house. It was really I was really upset about it. So anyhow, we spoke with a buying agent and said, you got to change lenders now because of the we need to get another appraisal. We're not going to accept this. We're not going to reduce the price. I've got good comps and all of that. So they agreed. They changed lenders. New appraisal was ordered. Appraisal comes in, and it appraises to value.
They changed lenders, or they changed appraisal management companies?
Changed lenders.
Holy cow. Okay.
So they ordered a new appraisal.
Lost a deal.
Yeah, lost a deal.
On us.
Yeah, tried it. It wasn't him. It was not our buyer. Anyhow, so with that, of course, we got delayed a week. So no problem. It causes a little bit of a headache because we have a buy side coming up. It's our listing that our seller is going to go buy. So now we have to change the closing date on two transactions, and reach agreement when everybody did that. So we go through that whole process. We're all set to close this coming week, and the seller of the property we're buying dies. So now we've got another situation where we now have to get title cleared. We don't know because, again, it's the seller of the property we're buying. We don't know exactly what their estate planning situation was.
So that's your seller's leaving to go buy another property. There's issues on that transaction.
Correct. Caused by the delay.
Well,
it was.
The person died.
We would have closed.
Yeah, sliding doors. Like if
right.
you would have gone out this door or that door, what changes in your life?
Right.
The point is this is the domino effect of these types of things, that take place.
No,
if we'd have closed on time, everything would have been fine.
You would have still been alive. You wouldn't have inconvenienced
He would have
anybody.
He wouldn't have inconvenienced me.
Dang it, that guy.
So now he kicks the bucket, and so now we got to go through the process, and we don't know. It'll be a delay either of 2 weeks if they've got good estate planning, and it's just a matter of getting the death certificate, and because we need to find out who is authorized to sell. And so we need to go through that process. So it's going to be 2 weeks, or it could be 90 days if it's got to go through probate. It just kind of depends on what it is.
So then, obviously, you don't want to close on your transaction there.
We do. We're fortunate in that property is vacant, and that we we can do a rent back. So we're gonna occupy the property. And then rent it back to the estate until it gets settled. And then,
really?
Yeah, and then we'll close.
Moving parts, man. I mean,
holy cow!
Always moving parts in a transaction, and you start with a pretty big issue in your appraisal problem, and
that becomes minor.
Yeah.
When you start talking about having a death in the middle of a transaction and getting that property to close, then as well. So,
but it's interesting with just real estate in general to realize all of the things that can happen that impact a real estate transaction. I mean, we have had people, obviously pass away. We've had people get divorced in the middle of a real estate transaction. Yep. We've had people move their.
That's always awkward.
Very awkward. Lose their job.
We've had one where we've gone and bought another property we're ready to close, and we're in the period with our buyers. In the period of time between the inspections are complete, now we're just wrapping up financing and waiting for closing. And during that time frame, the people that are buying the property split.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously they don't want to live together.
They
don't want to live together anymore. So that's a challenging situation. Wow. A lot of things come up.
Right. People get transferred. And all of a sudden they're set to close on their property in 3 weeks, and he finds out he's got a job transfer.
Or the transfer gets killed.
Or the transfer gets falls
He's not
apart.
coming to Minnesota anymore. Well, you bought a house in Minnesota.
Yeah. So the lesson to all that is you need to have a real estate team on your side who has been involved in all of those different types of situations and knows how to navigate their way through them, as opposed to someone who is maybe not as experienced and will be caught surprised by these types of things.
Real estate transactions are not cookie cutter, that's for sure. Give us a call at 612-627-8000. That number again is 612-627-8000, or log on to realestatechalktalk.com. That's realestatechalktalk.com, and we'll be right back.
Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue, yeah.
AM 1280, The Patriot.
New Age Technologies provides effortless entertainment and control with the push of a button. We conceive, customize, and install innovative technologies for your home and business, including home theater systems, home security, whole home audio, commercial and home automation, and home surveillance, and much more. Discover our residential services or commercial services and contact us today for more information at nahometheater.com.
New Life Contracting, specialists in roofing, siding, windows, gutters, and paint for your home. New Life Contracting features GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractors. Only 1% to 2% of contractors nationwide qualify as Master Elite Roofers. That means New Life Contracting can offer better warranties on the GAF product lines. That means special training every year and extended warranties that put New Life Contracting into an elite club that wins awards and provides unmatched service and work for you since 1998. Learn more at newlifecontracting.com and click on Free Estimate.
So you've been exploring solutions for your hair loss. You've seen ads from the national chains. You've researched the alternative products that cost a fortune, but there seem to be no guarantees. Well, I do have great news for you. This is Dennis Prager. Go to IneedMoreHair.com. See what Dr. Norton Abramson is doing for men and women like you. He's the most experienced hair transplant specialist in Minnesota and ranks in the top 1% in the nation. He's given patients in Hollywood and worldwide a full head of hair. He may well be able to do the same for you. The results are amazing. In fact, Dr. Abramson guarantees your results in writing, and his prices are some of the best in the business, as low as $3 per graft. Stop searching and go to IneedMoreHair.com today. You have nothing to lose. Call their office in Eagan for your free consultation. IneedMoreHair.com. Experience you can trust, prices you can afford. Get the only permanent solution to your hair loss at IneedMoreHair.com.
Inefficient heating and cooling systems can really take a toll on your utility bill and comfort levels. The trained technicians at H2C have been helping local homes and business owners for over 50 years. They make sure that every system is operating at its peak performance. Energy-efficient heating and cooling systems from the highly trained experts at H2C Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, bringing back fair pricing to the Twin Cities. Visit myh2c.com.
Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue. To do you right, we take time for a barbecue flavor that will blow your mind. Get that Rack Shack attack, oh, Rack Shack barbecue. Made fresh daily, we cater to you. Homemade sauces, secret rubs too. It's America's food and the right thing to do. Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue, yeah.
And now, we return to the purveyors of real estate knowledge, your Real Estate Chalk Talk.
Hey kids, welcome back. I'm Keith Ittner Sr. with Keith Ittner Jr. and the money man, Kelvin Kaemingk from American Mortgage and Equity Consultants. Remember, you can reach Kelvin directly at 651-231-2500. You know, it's not a bad time to refi. We're going to be talking about that coming up in the upcoming segment, 651-231-2500. You can reach Keith Areno or myself at 612-627-8000. If you need a little real estate advice, 612-627-8000. We'd be happy to help you. Just have a phone conversation if you got a quick question. We have in the studio right now Jackie Grant with Cencup. What is Cencup?
Cencup is all about offering different social gatherings and adventurous experiences specifically for couples to get out, have a fun date night, get connected with other fun couples in a fun, safe, healthy environment and get inspired.
You know what I thought that it would be a good thing is, like, we deal with a lot of relocation people that are coming in from across country and whatnot. They don't know anybody. Coming into a neighborhood, they move into the neighborhood and it's like, you know, well, we're here. Now what? Now what?
Now what do we do?
I know the 3 people at work and my spouse knows nobody. You know, how do I get connected?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's one of 3 demographics that we go after, is one of those couples that have moved into the community. They want to get connected to the community. They want to get to know the area. And, you know, and today's society, there's really nothing out there specifically for couples to get out and get connected. And this is just a great forum, a great community to get connected and make that happen. And it's very much in line with, you talk about the art of living, and part of the art of living is getting connected to your community. And we make it easy for couples to make that happen.
Tell us a little bit, if you will, about how you started this business and why you started it.
Yeah, great question. It started with seeing a need within myself. Like I indicated, there's one of the 3 demographics that we serve through this process, in that we were faced with a life transition ourselves. And, we're looking to get out, do some more fun things together and, do it with other couples. Some things are just more fun with a group of individuals.
Right.
So we started to do some research to see what was out there specifically for couples. Really didn't find anything that catered to couples to offer fun social outings. Lots out there for singles, nothing out there for couples. So I decided to, address that need, make a change, and, get out there and start offering some things. And through that process, I came to realize that community, or traditionally community, is on a decline. And it's on a concerning decline. And that was one of the trends that I noticed in our society. So I'm wanting to address that concern and reverse that trend.
What do you mean by that community?
Yes, traditional communities, social communities, it's on a decline by 25 to 50%, in that, people are just not getting out and getting socially connected as they once were. Your social clubs, your golf clubs, the sports clubs, people are just, it's on a decline.
Really?
And it's primarily because of technology. We're becoming dysfunctionally connected via technology. And as Americans, we're becoming, overly worked. And we don't take the time to just get out, have some fun with other couples. And
overly worked and secluded.
Exactly.
Dysfunctionally,
yes.
Dysfunctionally connected.
Yep.
That's a good term.
Did you write that down?
I did, actually. So I like that. So let's talk about the 3 demographics.
Yeah.
Yes. So first is those who are new to the area, who've moved into the area and are looking to get connected. Second is those who are going through some type of life transition, whether it's a job change, or it's, you're newly married or remarried, or maybe it's, you're going from, having a schedule that was revolved around kids, and now you're into a situation where you're empty nesters.
Yes. Okay.
And, you're faced with that life transition. Some transition that causes a change in the community of friends, or full-time working professionals, where you're just too busy. And before you know it, you get into a rut of a routine, and your weekends consist of dinner and a movie all the time, right? So just those full-time working professionals that want to get out and do fun stuff, but they don't take the time to do it because it takes time to plan it. We plan it for you. You sign up, you show up. We've got to take.
So how are you finding the people to do that? So you say new people into the community, how are you finding them, or are you just hoping they find you?
No, there's a lot of activity that's taken place to reach those demographics. Different strategies for each one of the demographics. For the working professionals, a lot of word of mouth, a lot of networking associated with that. With the reaching the new people in the area, it's partnering with people such as yourselves who are in front of that demographic all the time. I also have a partnership with an organization called Make It MSP, and Make It MSP has an initiative to do a better job welcoming people to our community. You guys have probably heard that it's really hard to meet people in Minnesota. We often get knocked for that. And so they have an initiative to make it more welcoming people in the Minnesota community, and we're part of their initiative.
Talk a little bit, if you will, about the geography of it all. I mean, if you're on your website is cencup.com, CENCUP.com. So you have a website that, actually someone from Europe can be dialing into Cencup.com, say, yeah, I want to go to that deal. How do you deal with the geography of it all? I mean, where are most of your people located, and they're all over the Twin Cities? How do you work that?
Right now, we're just serving the Twin Cities area, and we make that pretty clear on the website that it's Cencup MN. And that's the community that we're today serving. Is there an opportunity to go beyond Minnesota at some point? Absolutely. But this is a newer, younger concept that we're building out, and right now we're focusing on the needs of Minnesota.
How do you arrange or find the venues that you go to and all? I mean, what's involved in the planning thing? How far out do you plan things?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Good question. So first of all, we do a range of different things. We've identified 5 different categories. So you can find some type of social outing based on your specific interest. Whether it's watching sports, playing sports, outdoor activities, just different general lifestyle style things. So, throughout this year, we've done everything from a masquerade ball to whirly ball to canoeing, to boat cruise, just a range of different social outings. And how we go about identifying what we're going to do is we actually look to the community for that. When you go to the website, you create a profile, and in creating the profile, you indicate the kind of things that you like to get out and do. And then we will arrange things based on top interest. So we've got cooking class, group cooking class. That was one of the top things. Private dance lessons, we've done that so far. We've got zip lining coming up, so just a wide range of different ways to get out based on your interest, and which is nice because then you're going to meet other couples of similar interests.
Right. Zip lining. I somehow I don't see my wife on a zip line.
No, I don't think so.
Zip lining
I could see her hanging from something to maybe stretch her back for a workout or something, but not.
That's a good thing, though. It pushes you outside your comfort zone, right?
So I see it as kind of almost like remember the old welcome wagon?
Yes.
Kind of that concept a little bit, not a
little bit further than that.
A little bit further,
yes.
not the coupon-y thing. But
I don't remember a welcome wagon. What's that?
Welcome wagon was an organization that was around forever. And anytime you had a new person move into the neighborhood, the welcome wagon lady would appear with a basket, literally a wicker basket full of goodies and coupons and discounts from local merchants. And it was forever. My mother was a welcome wagon lady in Winona.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So we want to welcome you, but we want to get you out into fun environments and out into a situation where you can connect with others. So speaking of
out, you have outdoor activities and things like that you guys put on. Are they very coordinated, or are they kind of loose in a sense? I mean, you have, like, say, your canoe trip you guys are doing.
Yep.
You're doing a canoe trip on August 27th.
Correct. Yep.
And is it extreme agenda, or how does that all go down? And is it rain? Are they rain or shine, or do you guys move them if needed? Because those outdoor activities in Minnesota,
dicey,
pretty tough.
That is dependent upon the event, right? It is definitely dictated by the event. Some things are going to feel more formal and organized, whereas other things are a little bit more, flux and fluid and agile in the moment. So we did a Caddyshack golf tournament, and that was a lot of fun. But the first day that we had it scheduled on, it was that day that we had a really bad thunderstorm. We had to reschedule that Caddyshack golf tournament. But once we did it, it was a blast. Everyone came dressed up in their Caddyshack outfits, and we just had a lot of different fun activities. The canoeing, that's a rain or shine.
Yeah, and do you find that it's hard to initiate the mingling aspect of it? Because I got to imagine that if you're having an event that's located in Minneapolis or whatever, you got people from all over the place that are coming for that.
Right.
Do you find that people seclude themselves and they do their own thing when they go, or is it easy to facilitate that mingling?
There's a little bit of that going on. So we always create some type of fun icebreaker. Just keep it really lighthearted, just to start to create that opportunity to instigate those conversation starters, and once some people are more natural at them than others,
no
some are going to be more outgoing, but we give them kind of a little bit of a crutch
through
some type of icebreaker activity. And then before you know it, it's
so I'm
by the end of the
imagining,
evening.
All right, everybody, tell us where you're from.
Really. What's your name? Stand up and say your name.
Put an orange in your neck and pass it to your partner.
It's not a team building activity.
Okay.
No.
Right.
It is get out, have fun.
Yeah.
It's informal, it's casual, it's
cool.
laxed, but if we do want to create an opportunity to make the connection.
Do you find the people that participate in this tend to be more extroverted in the first place?
Not necessarily, no. And it also just depends upon, you've got two variables, whereas one part of the couple might be more outgoing, the other is really shy. So we try to get welcoming no matter what your personality preference is and what your tendencies are. But we have found that it actually helps if you are more introverted.
Oh, really?
But you do want to get yourself in an environment where you can make those connections. We make it really easy for you to do that.
All kinds of fun activities. You can log on to their website, cencup.com. That's cencup.com, cencup.com. This is Real Estate Chalk Talk. We'll be right back.
Get that Rack Shack attack, Rack Shack barbecue. Ooh, 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 yeah.
Hey, it's Kelvin Kaemingk, the Money Man from Your Real Estate Chalk Talk. It's hard to believe that we're in our 7th season with the show. I love the conversations we have on a weekly basis and know that I'm here to help you with your new purchase or refinance. We never charge an origination fee, so don't believe your lender when they say it's a required or standard fee. Also, if you mention this ad, I'll cover the cost of your appraisal when we close on your home loan. It's time for a smart conversation. Call me today at 651-231-2500. Again, 651-231-2500. You're going to like the way we work. American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, NMLS number 150953.
Relief in Tucson red. Feeling better in Santorini blue. No matter what the color, Wow One Day Painting gets any job done in a day guaranteed. The experts at Wow One Day Painting take away your stress with a free on-site quote and spotless cleanup. Uniformed, professional, and on time. So stay mellow in yellow and relax when you have Wow One Day Painting on the job. Call Wow One Day Painting 1-888-969-1329. WowOneDayPainting.com.
From the Nepsis Capital Management Studios, this is AM 1280, The Patriot, WWTC, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Intelligent Radio.
With SRN News, I'm Jeremy House in Washington. Louisiana officials say at least 7,000 people have been rescued so far.